Next, we'll move on to Beatriz Ballarin, or Ballarin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Beatriz Ballarin is a queer...
Beatriz Ballarin, exactly. Yes.
Oh, great. Yes, so she is a queer artist from São Paulo, Brazil, trained in ballet, jazz, and character from childhood, as well as many Brazilian dance styles. She moved to Portugal at 17 to finish her studies. There, she started developing choreographic work with capoeira, maracatu, and dance of the Orishas, which comes from her family's cultural legacy. Beatriz now teaches, models, performs, and drums around Europe with no fixed residence. With that being said, over to you, Beatriz. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Thank you everyone for the lovely presentations. It's been a blast to hear you all. Well, I think we can start moving a bit after this many hours of sitting. And I would like to start this actually, well, of course, I thank everyone, but thank you especially Eva for making an introduction without even thinking about it for sure. For my class, because they said, let me correct quote. Okay, but like they spoke a lot about how Western culture makes this dichotomy about the mind and the body a tool for colonizing the bodies, right, and for colonizing our ways of thought, and for saying that cultures in which the body is an instrument for the thought are primitive. So African cultures or originals, indigenous cultures from other places. So I think that it might be a nice invitation for us to start thinking with our bodies today, because we've been thinking a lot of the mind, and invite you all for this practice. I would just like to say that my mom is here. So she was here behind the camera, and yes, best person ever. And yeah, I hope you see me well. This really brings me back to quarantine, so yes. Are we good? You can make a like a thumbs up. And I hope you can listen to me from there. Can you listen? I listen. Yes. So, okay. Quick introduction. As you know, dance has a different meaning in each culture, and in African Brazilian culture, for us, it is very much a way to communicate to our ancestors and to our deity, right? This dance I'm going to teach you is actually something that belongs to a religious tradition, which I'm a part of, but also deeply influences everything that we know as Brazilian culture that that gets famous outside of Brazil. So samba, capoeira, all those colorful stuff and the drums and everything comes from this I'm going to teach you now. So it is our ultimate kind of praying and celebrating beauty and community. Our deities, they are named Orishas, and they represent archetypes from nature. So each one of them has a very specific set of gestures and of instruments, and they all mean something. So it is a very gesture-based language, and we actually communicate to each other through this movement language, like in a literal way. And some of these dances are also done in trance in a religious context, but of course they can be done. There's something there. They can be done in other contexts, otherwise we wouldn't be here today. Also important to note, this is not an Afro dance class like by the book, because if you sign up for a class of African dance, it can be completely different, as of course there are like more than 50 countries in Africa, so it can be from literally anywhere. But like these dances were developed in Brazil by different ethnicities that were brought from Africa as enslaved people there. And each one of them had their own culture, very different from each other. And even actually they had a lot of rivalries between the communities, but they had no choice but to join forces against their owners, right? So our culture is a very big cauldron of mixes between African culture, indigenous, traditional indigenous culture, and the culture of the colonizer. But yeah, so this is just, with that being said, we're going to learn 3 different types of movement today. One is the one we do to call the deities. So it's the one that we do in community. Everyone does it. And it's also important to say that, like, nobody is a dancer, but everyone is a dancer, because nobody's doing that professionally, which means that it's so deep inside the culture that anyone can dance this. Anyone that belongs to this culture can dance this in different ways. So you have, like, from babies to elder people doing the same steps. We're gonna do this one that is called to call deities. It is called harmonia. And we're going to do one dance from Oya, which is a female Orisha, and one dance from Ogun, which is a male Orisha. I also want to note something that also Eva said, that this culture comes from Yoruba too. That this culture I'm going to teach you comes from Yoruba and Bantu cultures. And exactly like they said, the meanings of man, woman don't exactly apply here. We have the concept of Yaba and Oboro, meaning Yaba female, Oboro male. But everything that Western culture attached to the words man and woman, like men are strong, women are weak, blah, 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 that does not apply in any sense. Actually, because both deities I'm going to teach you today, they're both warriors, they are both fierce, they are like both fiery and powerful, and there is no disparity of power between them. They're just there. And our hierarchy actually comes from age. So the elders rule and the young people obey, but not in any line of gender thing being taught here. Okay, so I suggest that we warm up a bit, because everyone is sitting for ages already. So maybe you just like follow me very freely, but also feel free to adapt and do anything you need, just to make sure that we shake these chair asses a bit. Just to, yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna put a nice music. We are going to use a lot. Can you also hear me with the music? Is it okay? Yes, nice. We're going to use a lot of our shoulders, our hips, and our head. Yes, exactly the parts of our body that Western culture teach us to get tight. So we're gonna do it all. And again. Some head rolls. In, bring the shoulders up and bring it and down. Down. Hold your hold. Few breaths. onto something a bit more upbeat.
Hey Beatrice, if you could just talk a little bit louder, just so
the
the mic
music?
can pick you up a bit better.
Sorry, I didn't listen to you very well.
If you could just speak a little bit louder so the mic can pick you up a bit better.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Perfect.
Okay, so let's start with the shoulders here, right? Very simple.
Ele quer pé e não palavra. Ele quer
That side.
quer
Also, add a little swing. We're gonna use every swing we have in our body. Right?
parece até a luz de uma mortalha que guardou o gol. Ele tem na voz que tem da cara, alegria e pó.
I'm gonna go.
Sente o som do cachorro.
Very loose, very free. But also gonna shake.
O pé
Side
que
to
vem
side.
no chão. Ele quer
I'll put some circles. So,
ele não vem no mundo. Ele quer
Pat.
o chão andando com Deus nas palmas. A gente quer
Move it to the hips and side. Very loose. Okay, beautiful. Yes, now off we go. Let's go to this first dance called Vamunha. So this really represents you, like as your state of spirit, how you're feeling in that day, is a way that you can communicate to our community of how are you feeling that day. And it's also a way to connect to everyone and to call deities. So it is very simple. The feet just step right, left, right, left, right, left. No mystery here, right? You can also do like a little kick. So right, left. A little quick kick. It is a motion that we do in circle in counterclockwise motion because we are returning to our ancestors. We are returning for we're calling to them to seek advice, to seek knowledge, and we are doing this. Imagine a big circle of like people just doing this motion. And the arms, they're also very free. They're gonna be more or less in this region of the chest. And then they're gonna do like a chest bump here. So of course the shoulders are going to respond. And the hands, they can be either here or mostly like this, as if you were holding like a stick. So, and then the feet are stomping, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And then your body may respond to this, right? So it's this very simple motion that we do while we are together. So boom. And then the shoulders respond, and then you can turn. Or you can do little jumps. It's just like a self-exploration of this. And then I suggest we try that with music. I'll put like a slower music just so we have like more or less a bit of time for exploration. Five, 6, 7, 8. I want us to move to the side, change the sides. This is like your personality. You can be very proud. So just you can be humble. It would be being today. Nice. I'll add a bit of speed to this music so we can feel also how it reverberates in our body, right? This song is really good. This is like a reinterpretation of the traditional song of James. But yes. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's beautiful.
Hey,
Okay.
Beatrice, we're not quite catching on the music.
Oh.
The music was a bit too silent.
Let me try again. Over.
Better.
Let's have another try.
And I think we've lost the music again.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I think we've lost the music again. It's just not quite coming through.
It's super loud, like near the microphone.
Maybe if I could suggest like sharing, if it's on the same device, like on your laptop, if you could share the screen and then share the sound with that, maybe.
Okay, like it's in the phone.
Okay.
What's happening? Okay, things are weird. Are you seeing me weird too, or that's just me?
We are also seeing you weird.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Better. Oh.
Right. Yeah, well, but the other songs you were listening, right?
We
No.
can kind of hear them, but it's in and out.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll try to see if I can share this sound quickly, but I also don't want to lose a lot of time on that. Yeah, well, I think I might just move on and try to fix that in the other songs because otherwise.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sorry guys. But I can leave the songs also later if you guys want to hear them because they're beautiful. So yay. All right, so let's move on to our first deity of the day. So this lady is called Oya. She's the goddess of the wind. She is like this badass woman warrior. She's the goddess of the wind, of the fires. Think like red and storms and blah blah blah. So yeah, Marvel hero. Yes. She has 2 instruments. One is a sword. The other one is how to explain that in English, but like a whip or a mop made of buffalo hair, and she provokes wind with that, right? So think of that when you do some of the motions that we might use these elements, right? She's also very fiery, very sensual. We're gonna use lots of hips, but actually all of them are sensual and fiery and everything. So yeah, this is it. So I'll teach you a very simple step that is quite common in these dances, and we're also gonna do in other dance. It's like she's provoking the wind with her feet, right? So it's very simple, like a triplet. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, this motion is very simple. And what is going to change is the upper body, right? So in the upper body, for now, we're going to have a lot of emphasis in the hips, right? So we're going to put our hands in the hips for now and do the same motion. I'll try to go a bit more so you can see my feet. We're going to do the same motion, emphasizing the hips. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we add a little shoulder. This is very proud. So chin up, shoulders moving. This is very proud. And this can also go to the front or travel back. So see, this is it. I'll just put a bit of a, okay. So another variation of this, which might be nice for you to learn, is that, okay, so you have the whip. How much whip? So, and then, well, you're gonna bring the whip up and you're gonna whip the air. So this is the motion, like you're throwing something, maybe on the garbage or something, right? And this is gonna be coordinated with the steps. So when your leg comes out, your whip goes up. So boom, chaka, 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 boom, boom, chaka, boom, boom. And the other hand can be on the hip. Okay, so here we have already some basic movement. So I think we can maybe start, yeah, try that with a bit of music. I really hope you hear me. Do you hear this?
It started off loud and then it stopped.
Hmm?
Is it playing now?
No, no, stop. No. Very weird. Because it's you. Oh yeah, we're gonna count. Sorry guys. But yeah, let's try that. Those same motions. So we do 4 of the hand with hips, then 4 with the whips. Okay? So we do that 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whip. Nice, nice. We're gonna move on to just a little bit of more motion on that. And yeah, no, I think we can move on to the next Orisha because I'm already late. So the next Orisha is called Ogun. He's the deity of the war, of the iron, of the weapons. But he's also the deity of the path, the railways, the roads. So he also has a sword. He's this fierce, strong warrior. And yeah, they are both very similar actually. So what's gonna happen in this step of his is that the feet are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See that in the 4 it comes a bit back. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is it, just very simple. And the arms, as he has 2 swords or 2 knives, like those big knives, he is gonna cut the way through, for example, through the forest, the magic knife. He's gonna cut the way. So this is going to go together. You start like this. So if you're going to step with your right foot, you have your right hand up, and you're going to cut, prepare, cut, 2, 3, 4, 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 cut, 2, 3, 4. Yes, nice. I see you all doing it, so yay. And then we also have the same motion with the feet we had, so that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do the same, but then we're gonna have the arms relax, and then when the feet comes out, the arms go up like this, like if you're putting a sword like this, right? So it goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Your shoulders very loose, but also very proud, very infinite. Yes, nice. So shall we do that together? Then we do 4 times. Then we do this step going back, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yes, beautiful. Nice. Okay, so there's also another, I'll just do this last one, and then we open for questions, because I think I'm supposed to give 30 minutes class and 15 minutes talk, but yes. So this other one, it's really nice step. You're just like if you're running, so the motion sideways would be like this. Like you're running in place, and actually, like when we have space, we're really going forward, forward and backward. And then your arms are going to do the same cutting motion. So boom, 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 boom. So when your left foot steps front, your right hand cuts. Boom. And we're going to have this motion here. So boom, 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 boom. Okay, so maybe we can have the 3 of them together. So 5, 6, 7, 8, cut. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. We're moving forward. 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Prepare to cut and cut. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Okay. So now I suggest that, well, I know that I can put the music. I'll try to put I'm not hopeful I can do this thing of when you're sharing. So I think I suggest that we all think more or less of the steps we learned, and more important than that, what they mean in our bodies. So these feelings of proudness, these feelings of pride is really a way of saying it, but also of sensuality, also of, because I mean there is no sin in our culture, right? So there is like nothing to be ashamed about, unless you've done something bad for someone, but like there's literally no sense of shame for being, or shame for for what you do if you're not harming anyone. So I think we could like maybe go back to the steps. So any of them that you would like. Well, I'm gonna bring a drum and I'm gonna play it for you guys, and hope you can hear me. and then you improvise. You can use this thing we learned. You can also like throw your own groove to it. I would love to see that, and please feel free to experiment if you want to do like something. Like this is the wind motion also, like you can totally be my guest. I'm gonna be doing the drum. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to dance with you guys, but I'm gonna be seeing you. So yes, please be fabulous. And yes. So a 5, 6, 7, 8. How are we feeling? Fabulous. Yes. You guys want to keep going a bit more? You guys, I think my, how do you say that? The person who lives like up just called me. But yes. Wait. They're complaining about the drums. Okay, guys. I think we're done for today with the drumming thing. But this is weird. I always play here, but it's okay. So yeah, well, please, questions, comments, anything, feel free to join discussion. Yes. Nice.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, I'm Vivi. I'm from Austria, and it's really nice that you present some of the Orisha dances today because I just got to know about it yesterday or the day before yesterday. I heard about it also because somebody said, for example, Oshun, which is also a deity, is somehow also connected to some movements in voguing. So I wanted to ask you if you know anything else, like, are there any dances that are like danced nowadays, for example, in the street dance culture or any other dance cultures where you can see also roots connecting to the Orisha dances?
Very nice. Now, what a beautiful question. Okay, so most of the cultures that originated from Africa that are now dances of the Black diaspora. Yes. So most of them come from traditional dance, and the thing is that traditional dances didn't really necessarily always belong to religious context, because we experience our culture in such a holistic way that I cannot separate the way I dance in the club from the way I dance inside the religious context, because like this is a whole body that experiences everything. So of course that we can trace some of those movements back, yes, to our traditional movements. So voguing as anything, as anything done from the black community also has, like we have, for example, Oshun. She's the deity of beauty, but also with many other stuff, strategy, or even like she's the deity of the water, a lot of stuff. So she has a mirror, for example, and she has this very proud and beautiful and goddess-like way of presenting herself, and that is very much what people in the voguing culture do too. So we can trace a lot of things back to that. Even the samba, Brazilian samba, has a lot to do with these dances. But even just like some more rude, more rude concepts. Like for example, the concept of the circle. You see that a lot in hip hop circles, in the voguing, in like everything that belongs to the African diaspora culture belongs to the circle, right? Because we have this concept, this ideal of seeing each other as a very important thing. So we are there like celebrating. Like actually in my normal class, I would really like do a circle, and then we would just like a hip hop circle, and we would come in and everyone will be cheering for each other because this is what we do. And we can see that in literally all, or like almost all, African diaspora manifestations. Because this thing of like standing in a line, like military, like in school, this is Western, this is not ours. So yeah, we can, there's a lot of tiny things that if you have the eyes to see, you're gonna be able to trace it back to Africa, and that's beautiful. More peeps. Sorry for the music.
This is not a question, but more comment of gratitude. Thank you for the beautiful workshop. Yes, I think it's so amazing. And I'm really grateful for this conference because there's always ways in which I find myself becoming really really grateful and feeling connected again, and realizing that everything we are, so even though we were spread out in such a violent way as the African diaspora, the fact that we're kind of like reconnecting now and returning, the sense of return is really, really powerful. And I think that's showing up a lot right now in my own research and in the people that I've met these past few months. So yeah, really thank you.
Thank you, Elisa. Thank you, Jody. So sweet of you. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, the use of the whip reminds me of locking. Yes, I think that makes sense. Yeah, right. I don't have any background in voguing, but people who do please say something. But yeah, nice. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else wants to comment something, because I think I still have some minute.
Hi, thank you. It's not a question, but a comment. And I just want really to thank you. And also, there is something that's told before Eva, which is to like the body to as a mean to reach knowledge and not as a tool. And for me, that I am European, but like I'm doing PhD, like I'm doing a thesis in aesthetic and politics of the colonial practices in contemporary dance. And I feel in that the reason why I decided to study this is because starting to dance with, like in my case, with the Uruguayan choreographer, and then knowing people from other parts of the world, like I discover again why I want to dance and why I want to do what I do. Because it was kind of like I'm training classical dance, but I didn't feel comfortable. And then you like in the European, and also I would like to speak more with Iris, because like I feel that we are very connected, our research. But it's like, I think that what we missed, and with me, but being European, Italian, so I'm not Central European, and Italy is like, we had a really ground tradition. For example, if I think about my grandmother, but
this disappear now, and so I don't have a past to which reconnect, because my past is from European, but I don't recognize it, and so I really feel that connected, and not in a sense that I want to appropriate. It's not like that, but it's like to connect and to know and to like feel, because I think that it is more about feeling something that it's really making me feel alive, and realizing why I want to use the body to navigate in the world. I don't know, and to this. So thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much for saying that.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that this is important, of course, while we are teaching something that is so cultural and so dear to keeping this culture alive. I think that also these technologies and these very advanced ways of using the body, that of course I cannot transmit to you via Zoom in 30 minutes, but I hope you have the curiosity to go a bit further than that. But the thing is that I teach this now. I'm based in Amsterdam now, and I teach this here, like in workshops and stuff. And I questioned myself for a while, like, okay, but does it belong here? Like, to teach this to European people sometimes, like not all, but to teach this to European people, to to take this out from the religious context, to like do it in a studio context or like in any other context. And then the thing is that, of course, some things don't belong, and that I respect. But also, I think that this helps to reframe the whole culture, like, because when we think of the Black diaspora, we only think of suffering. And that is just like, of course, that's not true. And second, like, this is what I taught to you today is like what we have done with what they done to us. So this is this beautiful story and this beautiful technologies of communicating, and that I think that can be accessed to everyone. From it is like useful for everyone, and I think everyone can learn it and everyone can benefit from it. Like just like to expose your body to different technologies of tuning in. And the thing is also, I mean, no matter where you're from, the humankind is from Africa, right? So you can trace back there at some point. I mean, maybe you gotta go a bit further, but you can trace it back there at some point. And this can help us, like everyone. So I think that this belongs to all of us, right? And so for that, I thank you so much also for being open to that, and for researching on that. This is beautiful. And I think my time's up.
Thank you.